All right, welcome everyone to this week's episode of Soft Elbows. You've got your two usual hosts and your go-to folly, Big Jake. Big Jake, how you doing?
Doing good, guys. How's everyone doing?
That's we're gonna need a little more energy, Jake. Like
Okay,
we're gonna
I've
need
got a
like
kid, man. Give me a break.
I want you to imagine, Jake, imagine that you went to nationals and you were about to take the stage for your first lift. Like that's the energy we need right now.
Oh gosh, I'm so far from that version of me right now, dude. It's so sad. I was at the gym snatching 110 the other day, and I was just like, "How am I going to get back to where I was?" This
Yeah,
is
Oh,
sickening.
no, Abby and I we do that too with 110. That's how we feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I know.
how is fatherhood part two?
It's going good, man. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of work. Obviously, everyone says that, but I've been enjoying it. And shout out to my wife, Nikki. She is a saint and puts up with me, being me most of the time. On top of having a 4 month, or well, almost 5 month old now to take care of. So,
Abby, we messed up. Why didn't we just have Big Jake's wife on the show instead
oh, gosh,
yeah, Mrs. lifts weights. That would be
uh
great.
huh,
play? All right.
yeah.
Well, we'll get her availability for a couple weeks from now. We'll see what she's doing. Guys, at the on the day this post, it'll be the final day of 2024.
Oh my God, it will be.
It will be. Yeah. So just real quick, what are everyone's regrets?
Hmm.
um.
Coming
Oh
on this
God.
podcast
Why?
twice.
Listen,
No, that's Brian's regrets.
first time, shame on us. Second time, Jake, shame on you.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh gosh. I don't no regrets this year of
Wow.
2024, I don't think
Wow.
lifting related.
With the hair flip.
Yeah,
Jeez.
sorry. It's in my face. I gotta fix it. It's getting long. I don't know about you men. Steve can probably relate to this pretty heavy, but when you get like long enough hair that it's just kind of like, oh, it's just kind of everywhere all the time, and like it touches my neck funny, and I'm at that
Hmm.
stage where I don't like that how it touches my neck, but I also don't want to cut it. It's again, Steve definitely relates to this more than any person out there.
I was just thinking the worst is when I have my hair really long and I'm snatching 110 and it touches my neck really funny while I'm snatching 110. It's the worst. I hate it when that happens.
Well, Steve, you had a pretty impressive clean and jerk the other weekend when I dropped in at CH. What was that, 133 or something?
I love how low your standards are.
Oh, I'm a cheap date. I don't know.
It was I think like 123 or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought it
enough to
was
party.
133.
Huh?
That's enough to party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. We are in the midst of I don't know, dark season.
It's
Whatever.
pretty gray. I've got a
Very gray.
window like directly in front of me. I actually just watched a drone like drive across my sky just a second ago. And it's like it is so gray. It looks like the set of that Twilight movie.
That
Yeah.
Twilight movie. All
Yeah,
right.
you know what I'm talking about?
Sure. So I'm sure one of our dozens of followers will know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, we're
Um,
up to dozens now. Wow. That's
we're
great, guys.
gradual
We're
progress.
moving up in the world, aren't
Steve's
we?
mom
Yeah,
recruited all of her friends to watch with her, and now they have watch parties.
that's right. That's, and I wish that they wouldn't have watch parties because then it's just on one camera, and that doesn't help our viewership. Like we need them each to be watching on their own camera. I'll talk to
Hmm.
you. Don't worry about it. But my point, and this is an idea that Jake brought up, which I think is a great point, which is this is typically the time of year where training gets maybe a little rougher than usual to A, show up for, B, do, and see to fruition, i.e. Abby's favorite topic, doing accessory lifts at the end. Because most times, maybe I'm alone here, would you rather just like, I don't know, go home and take a nap or something instead?
Yeah, as
Absolutely.
somebody who cried after training to her coach 3 days ago, I yeah, I can relate to the going through it part of training pretty heavy right now.
Hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
well,
There's just no fun with training right now. It's cold at the gym unless you have the luxury of lifting at an air conditioned gym, which I can guarantee most of the people on this or listening to this podcast, which is like 5, don't have that luxury. It's tough to get going. Got to take an extra 15, 20 minutes to get warmed up. And especially when you're coming back off of 5 months of no serious training too. It's been a mental challenge for sure. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier, but I've been grinding through it slowly but surely.
Well, let's dive into that a little bit. So when it's grungy outside, I don't know, when it's twilighty, I don't know. I feel like that's a different anyway.
The kids are calling it hoa 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 weather.
I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And
I'll you know what? I'll just like put a clip on. That'll be the poll this week is, do you understand this reference?
Carefully, please don't send that to me.
Between that and Skibidi Toilet, like, where are we going?
I will get this topic out. What do you guys do to combat the doldrums, the seasonal doldrums of training around this time of year?
Go ahead.
Don't all answer at once, please. Jake, as a reminder, this was your idea. This was your conversation.
Well, I thought you guys would have something to talk
topics.
about.
Yeah, Jake, I want to hear your opinion first before I talk
Honestly,
about
the first
feelings.
thing, or the gosh, girl feelings. Ew. No, I think part of it is just like Kirk will be punching the screen when he hears me talk about this, but I like to keep the conversation very light during training and off topic. I think it does a lot of good for you, not only yourself, but the people around you, to just talk about like the most random topic you can come up with, even if it's a completely off conspiracy theory, like the existence of Connecticut, for example, and whether or not that's a real state or not. By the way, it's not.
Okay, sure.
But I won't dive into that too deeply for the sake of all of the 5 listeners to this show. But just keeping the mood light around training, trying to crack some jokes every now and then. There's not really a ton of competitions coming up. I know some people are obviously preparing for like RBA Open in January. I'm not sure what's going on up y'all's way, but or if there's many competitions coming up in the next month or so. But just try to keep the mood a little lighter, come in a little more relaxed. It's the holidays. Everyone's kind of eating and drinking a little more and a little more sluggish, or grumpy because you're hungover. That type of thing. So trying to keep the topic light really works for me.
Yeah. I am actually kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum right now. So I'm struggling really hard to keep it light. And I like the cry that I had after training the other day, like to my coach, bless his soul for listening to that nonsense, because it was like, and I did preface it. I will say I did preface it. I said, I need to be emotional for a few minutes. None of what I'm about to say is rational. Like none of it's logical. None of it is like actionable. I just need to get these emotions out before I can be actionable. And yep. And so that happened. And like it's tough, right? Because I'm going through this period of time where I'm drastically changing so many elements of my pole and like the lifts and everything. And like it's just so frustrating to go in and just be banging my head against the wall over and over and over again. And like the feeling of taking one step forward and having a good day and then taking 2 steps back and having 2 bad days or whatever is like it gets tough. And like all I can do is like just be real about how I'm feeling about it and like not try to pretend that I'm okay. But also acknowledging that like like this is just a feeling and these feelings might be kind of silly and it's okay that they're silly. I'm still feeling them, but like I can't shut it down. And I personally am somebody who really struggles to articulate feelings and emotions. And so like this is my opportunity to get better at it while there's not really the pressure of a competition coming up. Like I'm not competing till the Arnold, and so like I'm not stressed about numbers or anything like that. I'm literally just I'm just trying to change my mindset. And so that's kind of how I'm spending the gray nonsense, is feeling gray nonsense but doing it anyway.
But I'm curious, Abby, do you not think, like, in an ideal world where you and Big Jake train together every single day at the same gym, if you were having one of those days where you were feeling whatever the feelings were and you were trying to just let yourself feel those feelings, like, do your and Jake's strategies not coincide? Like, if Jake walked up to you while you were having, feeling whatever, and tried to, like, make a light comment, or I don't know, but bring up the existence of Connecticut or whatever big, like, would that like further deepen, like, the anxiety, or is it possible that could, like, pull you out and
Oh, that would pull me out. And like,
okay.
and bless my training partners, like, who do, when I'm having a day, like, they do keep it light, and like someone will say something funny that like reins me back in. Like, I'll be like like I'll
Yeah.
have a laugh cry. I'll still be crying, but like, and it at least pulls me back to earth, so to speak. So like, I don't think that it's not that I think that's the wrong way to do it. It's just, this is just how I'm going through it.
Feelings are stupid, right?
Yeah. But it's not stupid? Doodle Bob on your shirt right now.
Oh,
I noticed it while you were talking about keeping it light, and I was like, how do I bring up how cool his shirt is right now?
yeah, this was a impulse purchase by my wife, believe it or not,
Nice.
which I was not. She surprised me with it a couple of months ago. She was like, I wanted to wait till Christmas, but when I saw this shirt, I was like, I just have to give it to you now.
Yeah, she crushed
So
it.
she found it on TikTok, I guess, and
Nice.
it's my best shirt. So
It's a good shirt.
I figured it was a good shirt for the podcast that hopefully people watch, but I guess now they'll have to tune in and watch if they don't listen.
Yes.
So they can see how sick this Doodle Bob shirt is.
Are we? I hesitate to ask. Are we done with this topic, or do we want to delve further into this?
Yeah,
mean-
let's talk about feet again. Big Jake.
Okay.
So Big Jake, when we did the shoe poll, and was roasting me on my Under Armour shoes, Big Jake couldn't just stop there. He went and created a novel of roasts based on what kind of shoes people wear, and I think it's only fair that he come on here and defend himself, and also maybe throw some jabs.
Oh, I have some jabs, let me tell you. So yeah, I was it was a slow day at the office, and I had done most of what needed to be done at the moment, and my ADHD kicked in, and I went into hyper focus Tony Hinchcliffe roast mode on basically every pair or brand, and even some specific pairs of shoes that I could come up with, because some do deserve their own category at the end of the day. I don't think we should go through all of them, because we'd probably be here for 2 hours. Because I did write a lot about some of them.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some highlights.
Give us the highlight reel.
So I think a good place to start, obviously, is the vanilla answer of the ROM 2. I feel like you ask 50% of weightlifters what's the best shoe, and they're gonna just automatically spit out ROM 2. So what I have for the ROM 2, I guess people who choose the ROM 2 is their answer. You're boring as fuck. You prefer, or your preferred meal is plain white bread and water with no ice. You watch your local news channel for fun. You've never taken a risk in your life, and you love elevator music. You love one-word answers to everyone's questions, and your favorite color is taupe.
Why do you have such disdain for the ROM 2, Big Jake?
Well, I can explain to you the next shoe roast that I wanted to hit on, which is the Anta wearers. And by the way,
here he goes.
No bias here, no bias at all. So for the Anta wearers, you are a weightlifting Giga Chad. You are the pinnacle of the sport, and everyone around you knows it. You stand atop the mountain of weightlifting shoe culture and look down upon all others, because you know you are a god amongst men. You wear those shoes, or you wear the shoes that have more medals than any other brand in the modern weightlifting era. I have no idea if that's true or not, by the way.
And if
You
Wow.
are.
true,
Oh,
it's
there's more.
all
There's
the
more.
fault of the
Oh,
shoe.
there's more.
Oh, there's
Okay.
more.
He's
Sorry.
humble. He's
Proud.
very humble.
So humble. So humble. Do I even wear? What shoes do I wear? I don't know. I don't think they have a brand. You are the alpha in any gym you walk into. As soon as you slide your foot into those gilded boots of glory, no one will say it, but everyone wishes they had your shoes so they could also ascend into weightlifting immortality.
Wow.
Unbiased
know-
opinion.
You know, I had the Antas for like 3 weeks at one point, and then they got stolen out of my car. Shout out to DC. So man, I
Yeah,
do wish I had them back. I mourn them all the time.
I vote we start a GoFundMe for Abby to get her some Antas back.
It's a really slippery slope to start a GoFundMe for Abby.
Yeah, Brian. I don't think Brian's gonna sign off on that one.
Might be a little bit of collusion. Anyway.
So, Steve, what pair of shoes do you wear?
I
Let's see where you fall.
wear tears.
Oh boy, that was what I was hoping you were gonna say.
Well,
Big Jake is waited for an opportunity to like really give it to you.
Go ahead.
All right. You blindly followed a foot fetishist named A.A. Ron into buying a pair of clown shoes that don't do anything to help your feet. The only thing wider than your shoe's toe box is the empty space between your ears because you were brain dead enough to buy weightlifting shoes made by a swimming company. You think the new version of Tears are actually going to put kilos on your subpar total, but you're just falling for another bogus marketing scheme. You are the Swifties of weightlifting. We all tolerate you, but no one actually likes you or your weird cult.
I think he just wanted to roast both of us at the same time.
I did enjoy the stray that you caught there, Abby, even though you don't lift in tears.
I mean, am I wrong though? Tier wearers are 100% the Swifties of weightlifting. They are so quick to talk about how big their toe box is with their shoes, just like Swifties talk about how amazing Taylor is the moment someone brings her up. I mean,
I can genuinely tell you, I've never bragged to anyone about the size of my toe box, Jacob.
Well, I don't know what to say to that. But I feel like everyone who I've talked to who wears those shoes, the first thing they bring up is, yeah, I just love how wide they are.
Is that not valid? Is that, I don't understand why that's like, how dare
I'm not saying it's not valid.
They're wearing,
but like, guys, the shoes are not. It's who was, I can't remember who it was. If it was like Garage Gym Reviews or something, one of those weightlifting equipment review Instagrams. They cut the shoes open, and measured them, and it's such a minuscule amount wider than any other weightlifting shoe that it's not going to make a difference in your foot.
Okay,
like I don't know. Maybe I'm just salty, but you know, I wear the greatest shoe on the planet. So
I think. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
I'm just so curious why this shoe makes you so angry, Jake.
You know, I think it's my, I guess, hatred for Squat University. I can't say I'm a fan of that guy and the way he, you know, he used to put out a lot of good content. I'll give him credit. And he still does put out some good stuff. But when he starts, when every other video it has some sort of fitness model's butt is the main part of the video, it's like, okay, dude, we get it. You're selling it in for the bag. Like,
so I just want to, so if we agree that the content that he provides is solid, do we agree on that?
Yeah, okay. I would say
so,
generally, yes, it's solid.
So he probably also knows that and has found a way to entice more people to watch his video so that good content gets shared more broadly. And this is what's upsetting to you?
I mean, yeah, it depends on what your definition of good content is.
You just acknowledged that it's good content. You said this.
I think that some of what he says in the videos are good. I do think that the way he goes about presenting it is very questionable for a guy who used to be very grounded and very, like, I don't know if scientific's the right word, but very not clickbaity.
Right, but I guess we're arguing over whether it's a smart business model to do something that will attract more viewers, even though we agree that
Mhm.
we agree that generally the content that he subsequently provides after we get through that first 6 seconds of content is solid. So you're upset that he's getting more people to have better information?
No, that's not the part I'm upset with. It's just the clickbait crap that
Right.
you see with a lot of these content creators now.
But
Who,
that's
you
the
know,
clickbait is what gets people in. But
yeah, I get that. I get that.
right. So
I understand why he's doing it. I'm not mad that he's. I'm not necessarily mad that he's doing it. It's just when you see a guy who you like actually respected
yeah,
for his opinions go from having all this really good just like factual content that he's putting out, and then all of a sudden every other post is another fitness model's butt in it. It's like, okay, dude, like, come on, man.
but
Like,
after the video portion, the 6 seconds of the butt is the information that you agree.
but you have to get past the butt, Steve.
I
Yeah.
think Steve's just pro butt here. Okay,
Well, look,
I
one,
think that's what's happening.
you're not going to hear me disagree with that statement. But two, I just like you're not. I'm not. You know,
Hey, fair
whatever.
play, dude.
But I just think it's fascinating to me that that's the objectionable part. If we agree that getting good information out to as many people as possible is the goal, he's meeting
Oh,
that goal.
yeah, I'm not saying I don't understand why he's doing it. I get why he's doing it.
Okay,
It
all right.
works. It's a formula that is proven time and time again on social media that works.
But some people just want no nonsense, no frills. Just
Yeah.
give me the information.
And I preferred his content from like 4 or 5 years ago when he wasn't doing that.
You want to hog his knowledge for yourself and don't want anyone else to hear. I get it, Jake.
Yeah, well, that's because I can't keep any of it in my brain thanks to my crippling ADHD. So,
So
I have to see the video over and over again.
So your hatred for wide toe boxes is born out of disdain for the social media practices of
Yes.
one guy. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. We're getting there. We're slowly
We're getting
this up. Okay. All right. Cool. This sounds totally reasonable.
Yeah.
What other shoes would you like to crucify?
I think there was one more that like really I think because I saw that Abby said that the ASIC wearers were a large, very loud group of people. I'm not sure if there's anyone specific
Hold
that she
on.
was talking about.
Before you go off, Jake, can I just say that I did not like bring this up prior to this is all you saying that this is what you want to go in on. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
I needed to do that for myself to
out of my
protect
brain.
myself.
I know she remembers the ASIC one because I'm sure it sounds like they were screaming at her the loudest, but it might be the most mic drop roast out of all of them. So ASIC wearers, you love North Korea. Boom, roasted.
Abby, it was a good run. So almost made it to 2025. We were so close.
Yep.
So close.
You didn't know that 2024 was going to be the end of the podcast, did you?
Damn.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there more, or is that it?
There's more. There's
okay,
Adidas.
okay.
There's
I
other
meant
Nike
about-
shoe
about-
wearers.
No, but about the ASIC.
Oh yeah, that was it for the ASICs. Yeah. I mean, what more do you need to say?
Just that they're super loud. You know, if you want to roast the Swifties, I think this one is more the Swifties of the lifting shoes than the tiers, because like
That's
the
fair,
tiers,
yeah.
huh?
That's fair, but there's
'Cause,
not
like-
as many of them. That's the problem. There's Swifties everywhere.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. Then I don't know a good comparison, but anyway.
Would you say like Kendrick Lamar fans maybe? They seem to be pretty loud on social media, and I can't say that they're widespread, but boy, when someone says something bad about Kendrick, they are out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's drive content, Big Jake. Say something wild about Kendrick Lamar.
I don't listen to much modern hip hop, man. I'm not gonna lie.
No, this is good. Just make something. It doesn't matter. Just make something up. And what
Drake?
we'll do is we will overlay your voice talking shit about Kendrick Lamar over top of a picture or a video of Instagram model's butt, and that'll be the credits of the show, and that will draw the people in for
We're
the
gonna get-
old content that we're providing them.
They're
That's
gonna
so
get like
funny.
30 people to listen to this now.
That's
It's gonna be
29
crazy.
You
more
know,
people.
what's so funny is like that content though, and like that strategy, I guess, like it brings in some weird, like it exposes weightlifting to some weird people, and also I feel like to women who want butts like that, which great. But like the thing that brings men like normal, let me I don't know how I want to describe this population of men, because I wouldn't say it's like totally normal, but like I feel like a lot of dudes get into weightlifting because they see somebody like Jake doing something silly, or like um Caesar from SoCal, like breaking stuff in an alley and then talking about mental health. Like that's the content that really brings men into weightlifting, and might also bring some weird DMs into your DMs, Jake.
Yeah. Like, Abby and I had a couple conversations. Steve is not. I guess you're not privy to this, but I've gotten some strange DMs recently, man. It's
Go on.
I'm not going to get into specifics because I don't want to like, and they're not weird in a sense of like uh the way that they're said. It's just stuff that's just like, well, what?
There was
Like,
And there was like one video on TikTok that went viral not too long ago. Someone did like a clean and like chugged a beer in the bottom of the clean, and like the entire comment section is like, "Yo, my girlfriend is on this app. Hide your wives." And like, dude's about to get so much. Like we're really weird stuff.
yeah,
And it's like it's only men.
yeah,
Literally only men hitting on men.
yeah. Yeah, it's a weird like flirtatious, like it seems semi flirtatious where these guys are like, maybe if I say something really off the wall and completely from left field, like I can get a response from said person. And it's not that I don't want to like respond. Like I don't mind responding to the random person. It's fine. But like if there's a message that I get where that literally just makes me stop and be like, what? Like what does this have to do with what you're responding to? Because it's usually in response to like a story post or something along the lines of that. But when it makes me just say huh, that's generally like when I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna let this one marinate for a little bit and see if I can decipher what said person was going for. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just so I've had a couple where it's just like I can't figure out what this guy was going for. And I everyone's version of humor is their own. And, sometimes it's not for, or it doesn't translate through a text message or a DM, sometimes it might have been better if it was left said in person, but hey, there's just been some weird ones lately. That's how we kind of got to this topic the other night.
Dude, I get weird DMs. When you run like a business page, you get some really weird DMs. Like I go in and I clear out the spam folder literally every single day because it'll be full, and it's like really weird. And a lot of like fake brands that like want to sponsor me as an athlete, like not
too.
Yeah. It's like it makes more sense for an individual to get that because you're an individual, but like it's a business page. Like, what do you mean you want to sponsor like one singular person? It's literally like,
yeah.
Did they even look at the page? It's just weird. But
a lot of those are just spam half the time. It's
Yeah.
some sort of bot that they've got out there. But there are some ones where it does seem like someone's genuinely messaging like said page looking to sponsor one specific athlete when it's the entire DMV weightlifting WSO that you are messaging. That's a lot of people that you're about to have to pay or possibly pay or give free stuff to get them to talk about whatever.
I think people forget that like it's a literal WSO page, and also they don't realize that I'm a girl when they like running the account too. They'll be like, "Sup, dude? Thanks, brother, man. Like, nice to meet you, bro." Like they actually think I'm a boy, and I'm like, "Hi, this is Abby." Like, and I try to subtly correct them, but sometimes it's like it just gets weird.
Yeah, no, that's wild because subtlety is your strong suit.
Yeah, really.
Oh gosh, that's funny to me though that they just associate like a meme account with a man. Like,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
and you know what?
generally,
That's
yeah,
fair, and
that's the
that's fair. I
case.
get it.
Generally, yeah, you're spot on with that. I can't say that, with my knowledge of at least the weightlifting meme pages, I can't say that there were many women involved with that.
Yeah, if
It was
any.
definitely male dominant. I think
Yeah,
I can admit that at this point, since they've all seemed to kind of just
fizzle
dissolve
out.
into obscurity. Abby's literally carrying the weightlifting memes
Yeah,
throughout
as a
the country.
WSO page.
Right.
Abby,
Right.
who do you think will play you in the movie about this groundbreaking breaking performance years from now?
I don't know. That's tough. But whoever she is, just let her at least be somewhat of an athlete and not have them cast someone really skinny as me because that would be a big insult.
Oh gosh. What would that documentary, how would that even go? Like,
Honestly, that
man.
would be the most boring documentary ever. Like, I am not an exciting person. I like the peak of my like impulsive behavior was going to India on 24 hours notice for my company like 5 years ago, and it's been all downhill ever since. So, it would that would be a really boring movie. It would not do well at the box office.
Yeah, maybe somebody who's one of their peak life events was when Taylor Swift waved in their direction, their
She
general
did.
direction.
She did.
I can't imagine that's going to make for a
She,
fascinating documentary.
she was looking directly at you, Abby. Don't listen to him.
Locked eyes.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for validating me. Um so Jake mentioned earlier the RVA Open next month, which reminds me I need to get on like announcing the upcoming meets on the DMV page. But there are two other meets I wanted to highlight that are in Baltimore. I couldn't tell you what weekends they are, but they are in January. Um,
The
our
Ro-
good friends, huh?
the Rosedale Open is January 11th.
Yes. Okay. So January 11th at Bassa, our good friends are putting on the Rosedale Open. They know how to run a great meet. It's a great facility and it's a good time. So if you're lifting, great. Good luck. I'm sure there's still time to sign up. If not, go volunteer, go watch, go support, and just all around have a great time. And then the Baltimore Open, I think, is the following weekend, and that's close to like Towson. I haven't seen a ton of media presence out there for that one, but Baltimore Open is usually a good time if you're looking to go a little further north.
Yeah, so the Baltimore Open and RVA are being held on the same weekend. It's January 25th.
Gotcha.
Baltimore Open, I think, is being held at Titan CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
Is down in Richmond. So, but those two locations are obviously far enough apart that I think both would be well attended, both would be well run. Should be a good time. Jake, are you lifting?
So not at the RVA Open,
What
Steve,
a
but
dumb
that's a
question.
great segue.
I can't believe I. Of course
That
not.
is a great segue because I do have a little bit of an announcement and a little bit of a call out, I guess you could say. I
Ooh,
don't know. Again, I don't know if Abby has spoiled this, but I will be doing my first local meet this in a few months for
gracing
the
it.
first time in, I think, since 2022.
Oh
Wow.
my
I will be
gosh.
at Spring Fling. I'm planning on being there for, assuming my body stays in one piece, which that seems to be a dice roll every day of whether or not that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm planning on doing this Spring Fling at East Coast Gold down at the beach, and I think it would be great, Steve, if you joined me out there. I
Joined
think
you?
it's time to see you get back on the competition platform.
Oh, I was going to ask you what joined you meant. I'm happy to count your cards for you. Is that what I'll join you? Yeah, sure.
I'm sure we can figure out a way to get you in the same session as me.
I will only, you know what? I will do this only if we're in the same session. You make that happen.
I'm going to DM Phil right after this.
I'll literally
ask him.
text Emma.
If
Yeah.
he responds, remind him that he still owes me a response. So just like, we'll see.
Oh, okay. I'll let
Damn.
him
Well,
know.
Steve's competitive enough. He just won his annual liftoff like
Oh,
last
yeah,
weekend, right? Can you
that's
explain the
right.
liftoff to us, Steve?
I sure can. And this, I think, goes back to what Jake or all of us were talking about earlier in the show, which is like, how do you like liven up like training in the winter months when, as we discussed, like most people, if they're doing a local meet, for most folks, this is not like the peak meet of the year for them. So I'm not saying that people aren't taking it seriously, but they are. There is, relatively speaking, less stress around the meets this time of year than
Sure, sure.
certainly AO1 or nationals, AO finals, things like that. So one of I train with Chris Caminares, very mediocre lifter, a lot of potential, but like doesn't really like seriously. So like he's a little frustrating in that regard. But we're constantly trying to liven up training and make it interesting and fun. And so one of the things we decided to do, I literally on a whim, I think we decided the Wednesday before it was going to happen, that it was going to happen, which was that we were going to do a max snatch deadlift. And then right after that, we were going to do max snatch balance. We actually didn't add the snatch balance portion in until that day. So we just decided on the fly to do those two movements. Why?
Ew.
I think the origin story of this is that Chris saw Hampton Morris snatch deadlift like I want to say 200 kilos or something like that. And so then the question was like, can either of us idiots do that? The answer, no. But we sure tried, and then did some snatch balance afterwards. CEO of the WNBA, WNBA, no, not that, the WSO. I mean, maybe he's also the CEO of the WNBA. I don't know. I don't know what he does.
Yeah, maybe.
But Brian Leung joined.
Oh, legal.
Yeah, sorry, long to get there. We just call him the Overlord or whatever. Of the
Yeah.
But Brian hopped in and joined us. It was a good time. I had a good time anyway because I won. But it seemed like they didn't hate it. So yeah, there's not really a backstory, but like it was just like a random fun thing to do, like we talked about earlier, to just kind of like break up the monotony.
Sure.
And like it doesn't mean anything. Chris is still a far better lifter than I will ever dream of being, and Brian is still really old. But so my point is, it didn't change anything. That's what I'm saying. We're still the same people we were even before we did that. But we had fun, or I did, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Steve, who did somebody? I think somebody had like someone really put a lot of faith in your ability to win this. Can you talk a little bit about that?
A lot of somebody's did. Chris did a poll before we did this, like, who do you think's gonna win? I don't even think Brian was an option. Yikes.
No, he wasn't.
Whoops. Minor oversight. Sorry, Brian. But the options were me or Chris, and I think maybe 4 people or 4 votes. I got 4 votes. Chris got like, I don't know, 50, 100, 200. I don't know what it was, but like overwhelmingly and understandably, people thought that Chris was going to win. And I got 4 votes, and 2 of those votes were represented by the same person because Abby voted for me with the WSO page and with her personal account. So really, there are only 3 people out there who believe in me. And you know what? I'll take it.
I love the lack of shame Abby has for commenting on her own posts and complimenting herself. I love it.
It's so fun. It is like, it's literally so fun because like I get to just, when I'm the DMV page, I get to be this persona. Like I get to put on this persona of just like, like I don't care as long as someone looks and like they don't even have to laugh, but as long as they look and they see it and they say something about it, like mission accomplished. You've given me what I was looking for, and that was a shred of attention to promote the sport of weightlifting via the Instagram page.
I must say you're doing a great job with it because
thanks.
You seem to be getting more and more responses each week, especially with the Mike memes. I mean, those just seem to go wild.
Dude, the Mike memes could be the most low effort thing ever. Like, and here's the thing. Like, when I'm really excited to post a meme carousel, they do terribly. Like, nobody thinks they're funny except for me. And like, it's like the most humbling thing ever. And it's the most humbling reminder that my sense of humor is definitely not the same as like a lot of people out there. And that's fine. But the ones that take me like 5 minutes to do, and like I don't think they're that hilarious, but maybe they're just really relatable, they get so many shares. Like I think I checked the insights on the most recent one that I put up, and it had that Michael Scott meme where it's like, the coach is Michael Scott's getting his hand shaken, and he looks really confused. And like the caption was like, "My coach telling me nice for the first time ever," which real events. And then me, the lifter, like looking confused, having no idea what I did differently and no idea how to replicate it. That got reshared 42 times. I was like, okay, that wasn't very funny, but it's relatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I almost think relatable plays better than comedy does.
Me too, but I'm not gonna stop with the comedy ones because
don't.
I'm having fun.
I can't wait till Abby gets desperate and starts putting Instagram models as the lead-ins to, and then
Oh no, what have I done?
then Jake starts talking all sorts of shit on Reddit and wherever else you hang out, and
Dude, I don't have time
How
for
about-
Reddit, man.
How about instead of Instagram models, I just have like Big Jake do like a weightlifter photo shoot, like,
Oh god.
and like we just get whoever, all of our friends, and just do like a JC Penney like really goofy awkward photo shoot, and like that becomes it instead of like models.
like the people will buy a calendar.
I was about to say this is going to turn into a calendar. I
people
see
will
where
buy
this is going.
For sure.
See exactly where this is going.
Well, now I'm gonna be Googling how much those awkward JC Penney photo shoots cost, because like that could be really funny.
I don't feel like we need a photo shoot. I feel like if we just got like a semi-decent photographer to come,
That's a
like
pho-
if we
that's
all
a photo shoot. Call it what you want. That's a photo shoot.
you want to hire somebody from Pennies to come, like we just like
No, but like, haven't you seen those where they're really, really, really awkward poses?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The ones in the catalogs.
Yes.
Like tilt your head down. Now
Yeah.
look to your left. Tip your shoulder up just a little bit higher. Nope, not that high. That there it is. Nope, just hold right there. Don't move.
They're always in the most uncomfortable looking piece of clothing.
Yeah, but the fun quality ends up being totally worth it. You know, like
Yeah, definitely.
I will say if you need a photographer for that, because I can vouch for her. Rachel Clemmer at East Coast Gold takes some phenomenal pictures. She does a
nice job.
pregnancy photo shoot for my wife and I, and they came out incredible.
We're gonna kill so many birds with one stone down at Spring Fling, man.
Oh, dude,
we're gonna do a calendar shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna count your cards in whatever session you're in.
Okay. No, you're gonna be in the session, Steve.
Whatever.
This is happening. You just said it live on the podcast. If you're in my session, you're doing it. Yes. I will make sure that happens. So you better start training now, because you're gonna be competing at East Coast Gold this year, bud.
Is it a snatch deadlift competition or
no? Unfortunately, you got to get it over your head.
All right. Well, give it a shot. Sure. What do you even know? Do we even know what date it is? Have they announced the date?
No, I don't think they have yet. But Phil might know. I might be able to get it out of him early, so I will let you know if I find out.
Great.
Look at us.
Man, I didn't think it was going to be that easy to get you to do it, Steve. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to have to twist your arm a lot harder than that.
Listen, my 2025 goals are to be more like Abby when it comes to standards for things. We're just going to lower them and see what happens.
Well, shoot, get Chris to do it too. Let's see how many people we can get to come down.
I'm positive that Chris loves to compete. I'm sure he will do it.
Yeah.
Ask him and he's available. Also, who else can we badger into doing? Let's make this an all-star affair. You know, let's.
Yeah, why not?
You know what we could do? The three of us should do like a referral competition between the three of us. Like, who can get the most people who can peer pressure the most people to sign up?
Hold on. The lady with access to a.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a great point, Steve.
Point to win. Yeah. No, that's a mystery. I can't.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You want to put some real high stakes on it, like what, $10,000? Is that how confident?
I thought we agreed that I have low standards. I would have agreed. I would have done this for a Shake Shack cheeseburger.
Just buy my Wawa drink on the way down. It'll be fun.
Oh God. Yeah, that is a great point, Steve. We cannot get into that sort of battle with her. She has way too much power.
I do not.
It's already corrupted her. We can.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She's drunk with power.
We've noticed behind your back, Abby, in the way you carry yourself. It's just out of control. All right. The the next episode's going to be an intervention. We're just going to have all of our guests from 2024 come on the show. It's be like a oh no, I hate it when my mind goes right when I'm about to make a quality reference. Anyway, it was going to be a good joke. It'll just be for me. I don't know. Fuck.
Oh gosh.
I feel like this show needs to end. I feel like it's gone on 45 minutes too long.
Wait,
Do we have any actual updates to give? It's about anything.
No,
Yeah,
the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since
what'd you
we've
guys
got-
get from Santa?
Oh, we're just gonna interrupt me in the middle of my song. Sure, no, that's
Yes, I am because I hate Christmas music. So
Damn.
fine. Abby, what did you get for Christmas?
Depression.
Wow.
No.
That Christmas gift must have come real early because we were dealing with that like
Oh my
fucking
God.
July, Abby.
No, my so we do Christmas in my family a little untraditionally. At this point, everyone, like all of my siblings and step siblings, like everyone's married except for me, and most of them have kids. And so like scheduling Christmas stuff is kind of a pain. And my sister lives in Alabama, so like that kind of throws another wrench into all of it. And so we I did Christmas with my mom, my brother, and my sister-in-law already. And so like my mom got me a bunch of stuff like for my kitchen, and then she she's so funny. So if anyone like wants to know where, like when I laugh at my own jokes, like where I get it, my mom got this giant thing of hot sauce for each of me and my siblings, and it's the glass is in the shape of a rooster, and she thinks it's the funniest thing ever. So like she hands me the gift before I've even started to unwrap it, she's laughing. All right, I like take one shred of paper, she's crying laughing, and I'm like, what is going on with you? And I open it up and it's hot sauce rooster. She's on the floor like inconsolably laughing at herself for getting me a hot sauce chicken. And then the best part was a week later when we were with my brother and my sister-in-law, and each of them get handed their hot sauce chickens to unwrap, she's doing the same exact thing. Like already laughing. They start to open it. She's dying like and and I know the best part of this too is then when she goes to visit my sister in Alabama, she's going to do it all over again. So that was my Christmas with my mom. And then I have not done Christmas at my dad's yet. So Christmas in January at Papa Richard's farm hasn't happened yet.
And we're all invited.
Yes.
Does he have real chickens at his farm?
He has pigs, cows, and a lot of groundhogs, but the groundhog population is dwindling thanks to his BB gun.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good target practice.
Jake?
Well, I think the only appropriate response for you, Abby, to your mom is to find a bigger hot sauce chicken and give it to her next year.
I think you're right. That would be a good idea.
Bigger
She
one
would
out
laugh
there,
at
right?
that.
Yeah. There's got to be a bigger one somewhere. But yeah, I think probably I didn't really ask for much this year, mainly because we've been doing some home repairs, and we just got a garage door opener on the house, which has been such
Nice.
a luxury that I forgot existed.
Dang, the gift of equity.
Yeah, not having to go over to the old garage door and yank that thing up over my head. You'd think I'd be pretty good at lifting things from ground to overhead at this point, but nothing's more humbling than a heavy garage door that is on a track that seems like it's about to fall off the house.
We also lift enough weights, like a little bit of reprieve throughout the rest of our lives is nice.
Yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh, you love picking up heavy stuff." It's like, no, I actually hate it. I'm just addicted to it. That must be cool to do that. No, it hurts a lot. That's always my response. This sucks, but I don't know how to function without it. So, but I think one of my favorite things I got is I got I think I do have it back there. It is, those little pop figures. I'll just show you.
Yeah, the
Here
Funko
we go
Pops.
again. What's Jake collect? What's in Jake's shelves?
Let me
Abby,
get my screenshot ready.
that's right. Go. You know what to do.
So I got a pop figure. I have just a couple of them, but I'm a rabid Office fan, and I didn't even know this one existed.
Oh my gosh,
It's Dwight Schrute as Recyclops.
that's hilarious.
I was pretty stoked on that one because that came from complete left field.
And it's such a
Usually
niche reference. Like
I know,
anyone
right?
who doesn't watch The Office like over and over and over again is not going to get that, but the people that do will.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, I had no clue that one even existed, and I looked online and like it's insane what some of these things sell for, but I couldn't find but like maybe one on eBay of this. So I was like, oh well, that's pretty cool to be able to find one of those and have that on the shelf. But I also have Florida Stanley back there that he's paired with. So
Oh, nice.
you gotta love Florida Stanley. That's the mindset everyone needs to take this time of year, I think. What is it? What does he say? Drive fast and leave a sexy corpse.
Yes.
I think that's words to live by right there.
Steve, what about you?
You know what? I didn't ask for much. I also don't need much. I'm the fan of the greatest football team to ever walk the face of
Oh,
the planet. So things are going well there. I am having a great time not being on a program, just like walking into the gym, lifting whatever I want. I got plenty of friends and Jake that associate. I get this weightlifting community. I'm good. I'm all set.
that's what it's all about right there.
That's right.
All your friends and your biggest hater.
That's right. That's right.
Literally and figuratively, your biggest hater.
Before we go, briefly, one thing that you guys want to happen in 2025, weightlifting related or not, whatever.
Go ahead, Abby.
I'm thinking. Don't put me on the spot yet. Oh God, there's so many things.
Jake, it's gonna take her an hour. What do you got?
Oh, this was such an easy answer. I mean, we could have led the show off with this and gotten this out of the way, but I'm glad we waited till the end. I don't know if anyone has kept track of the posts recently on my Instagram and my story, but if you have been, you would know that Caesar and I have been going back and forth quite a bit.
Hold on. For the people, I know this may shock you, Jake. Some people may not follow your stories or even your Instagram page, and some people may not know who Caesar is. So introduce the people. Who are we talking about here?
Shout out my Instagram, Big Jake Lifts Weight. Go follow that.
You're welcome.
Caesar is the super heavyweight at California Strength. Or California Strength. Oh my god. SoCal weightlifting. Jeez. God. How did I screw that one?
You guys are your friends, you said?
Yeah, so we're buddies, we're as well as fierce competitors.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Our numbers are pretty similar when we get out there, but I have been able to get the best of Caesar the last, 3 competitions? So nationals, nationals last year, and then finals last year, and then nationals this year. I got the best of Caesar in all 3 of those. And we've kind of developed a weird, like, best friend but biggest enemy friendship sort of thing. So I happened to go out to California for a business trip earlier or a few months ago, I guess, and showed up completely out of shape. But jetted down to go see them because the Amentas, they've been great friends to me, and I have an immense amount of respect for Chris Amenta. Honestly think he's one of the best coaches in the country.
For the people who don't know, who's Chris Amenta?
He is the head coach at SoCal Weightlifting.
And he's Sarah Tyler's coach. She talked about him when she was on.
Yes, he is. So, and also shout out to Chris getting his first athlete on a world team, Kayla Cass.
Oh yeah, right on.
His 87 kilo female lifter. But anyway, back to the main story. So they had me come out, and I got to spend a couple of days out there. Thankfully, my wife was gracious enough to let me have a couple of days to go mess around while I was all the way across the country. Caesar and I ended up having a little bit of a snatch battle that he made a pretty cool video out of and posted it, and it did pretty well for us, and he dubbed it the unofficial official rematch, which was just a random name that he coined. But since then, we have decided that we are going to do a unofficial official rematch. And we are going to get together hopefully sometime before nationals this year and go head to head again and see who can snatch more weight. And Caesar was very quick to, when he posted the video to give me credit for coming out there. And, I almost got 150. I caught it. I just could not stand it up to save the life of me. And to do that without literally any regular training for 4 months, I was pretty stoked about it, but he got the best of me that day. And I want my crown. I'm not going to lie. I want it back. I don't like getting out snatched by one of the competitors in my weight class who's literally right there with me. I mean, our numbers are extreme. I think his best total is 2 kilos more than mine. So, and I will say Dimitri Albury has also jumped into the ring.
Meech.
Yeah, big Meech, shout out. So it might be 3 of us this time, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we still got a lot of logistics to sort out, but I'm coming for the crown. I want it back. Caesar's got it right now, and also shout out to Caesar for winning AO finals. That was a big performance for him, and a really cool moment for him as well, because he's been in this game a lot longer than people realize. And, he's got a lot more ahead of him, definitely a lot more than I got. So
since you went out there, is he coming out here?
We haven't figured it out yet. There's been talk. I might go back out there again.
Tell him it would be more convenient for us if he came here so that Abby could go get content for the W.
I will throw that out there.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
This decision. I just want
the big advantage he's got is he trains one of the best gyms in the country.
Sure. But I mean, like, other than that, what does he got going for him?
Yeah, exactly. There's also been, and we haven't talked to him about it yet, but we've also floated around the idea of Austin, Texas with Dylan Cooper. So we'll see. I got to talk to Dylan about that. He actually is coming to visit in a couple weeks. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to that. We'll be shooting a little bit of content while he's here. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Where would we find that? On your page, or do you have like
hopefully he tags me in that, because I will not be keeping my eyes peeled.
I'm so bad at promoting my friend's stuff, but it will be on the Dozer Weightlifting YouTube channel and also on his Instagram. Dozer Weightlifting.
So what you're saying is Dozer is going to repost this podcast.
No.
Yeah, for his sake, I hope not.
No, he doesn't want to lose all his followers.
Yeah, no.
Damn. I tried.
Abby, we just bought you like 10 minutes. What have you thought of? What do you want to happen?
She doesn't have a clue.
I want to clean. I want to like actually. This isn't a good goal because it's not totally measurable. But like, I want my lifts to be more like closer to my actual potential. Like, I feel like I'm at a point where I worked really, 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 really hard on strength for the last year and a half, and my technique is now trying to catch up with that strength. And I want them to be one, and I want to see what that looks like for me, like when I put a total together. And so I'm sorry I can't articulate that better, but like, I want to see my technique catch up with my strength, and I want to see the result of that technique catching up with that strength. And also, I want a stronger pull, for the love of God. My pull is so poverty right now in all the worst ways.
Okay. All right. And I, frankly, would like to be creating a better soft elbow show for all of you. For Kirk and for Dylan Cooper, who this is my goal. By the end of 2025, I want Dylan Cooper to feel like it is worthy of him to share a link to soft elbows on his page. Abby, I think we can do it, but we gotta get more focused. We certainly gotta get better guests. You know what I'm saying? And we can do this. We can make this a better show. If anybody has ideas, either of you two, obviously, or anybody out there who's listening, we're all ears. The one thing we won't do, Jake, you know what we won't do?
Have me back on?
Well, I mean, we probably will. We'll get desperate at some point. But I was saying, for at least 2025, we're gonna hold off. We're gonna avoid leading with Instagram models to draw people in. We're not yet. 2026, I can't make any promises, but 2025, we're better than that, at least for now.
Steve, I appreciate that. I know that's a huge sacrifice for the viewership of this podcast, but I really do appreciate that.
We're going to close out this episode and this year of Soft Elbows. Thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you literally next year.
Sounds great.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.